All right, we are here back here at the Farmington Museum for revisiting history. It's raining outside, and I'm about to get wet, bruh. We have Farmington sand, fruitling coal, and shows different layers. It's not really a map, but the underground of it. And there's the rivers. Farmington, Bloomfield, and then Bloomfield, San Jose, Nacimiento. These are all shale. So cool. It says the first well was only a mile south of Aztec. I wonder if we can find that first well, if they have a memorial or something for it. I mean, it's pretty cool. 100 years plus of natural gas in the San Juan Basin. Talking about the second boom. And of course, a lot of times they come back through and they'll get gas or different types of gas in different ways multiple times. But Barker Dome right here, that's literally where Flora Vista is now. The Continental Oil Company. Look at this. And this is 1908 Conoco fuel wagon. So barely able to run off gas itself. It was carrying it. Beautiful. And then we see these out in the desert all the time, all over BLM land, because it doesn't look like it works, but the drilling, we have so much drilling. So it says the Christmas tree, which is that, sits directly above the well. Gas, water, and oil go from the Christmas tree to the separator, which is B, right there, which sends the oil to the large tank in C, which we see everywhere. And then the water on the lower water tank in the heavy screen on the top, D, right here. And the gas into the metal shed, E, where it's compressed. We see the sheds everywhere. There's a gas meter next to it, which you often see those more often. This is really interesting. It's quite a process. And the thing is, they've industrialized it to like where they can put them anywhere, and they are everywhere. Dude, the thunder's going off outside. So Texaco, I think, was one of the, Texaco and Conoco, I think, were one of the breakups after Standard, and I think if I'm not correct, they might have actually rejoined back together. Chevron. The fourth boom was the Fruitland coal bed between 1989 and 93. That's when I was around here, so my family came out probably for that one, actually. That's so funny, man. At the left is Enterprise Products Chaco plant. I can't tell you how long I was a security guard for Enterprise. I think I know that plant. You hear the lightning and the thunder, bro. The roof is shaking. So it says in the 1980s and the 1990s, Farmington passes 2 gross receipt taxes to advance the quality of life. The tax brought enough money to build many projects, including soccer fields, Farmington Aquatic Center, Pinion Hills Golf Course, which I have yet to see, the Boys and Girls Club, which has been amazing, Farmington Museum, which we are at, and the Riverside Nature Center, which is also amazing. Talks about diversifying the economy and how we went from just like an oil and gas production area to having many things, especially tourism. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then our fish. I'm not going to focus too much on these, but it says Tota Festival. We actually have that coming up again. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be fun. Gorgeous dancing cachinas. Wow. Here's some more info. Started in 1988, and we're going to be having it this year. It talks about the powwow, the gourd dance, the 5K walk and run. It's gonna be a ball, bro. Anthony Chi Emerson is a prominent artist here. You can see his beautiful, beautiful work. Not changing too much from tradition. I love it. And then here they're weaving, which we're gonna see in a minute. Wow, just look at that. That's says wow. Gerald Sherman. And I just found something. James Woolen Shirt King, 1951 to 2019 he passed. Born and raised in Shiprock, New Mexico, James Woolen Shirt King experimented with art at early age using house paint and shoe polish. Wow. He received formal art training while attending Salt Lake Community College in 1971, working primarily in oil King participated in markets throughout the Southwest, winning Best of the Show at the Herd Museum. Wow. And then Best of Show at the Navajo Fair. And then here's a piece of his work. Maybe we can talk a little bit more about Mr. James King. And then Diné. He's Navajo and Diné. Here's another very famous contemporary Diné, Jim Abeda, who has done pieces like this one, 3 feathers out of oil. Absolutely amazing. Another man that I'd love to meet and interview. And then in remembrance of Bobby Hicks, we have these 2 pieces, which kind of show the beauty of multiple people at once. It says Bobby Hicks participated in the Southwest Indian Art Project through the University of Arizona. While his early work is characteristic of studio style, sometimes which incorporates abstract elements, Hicks evolved into a more naturalistic, at times impressionistic style. There's a lot of really nice pieces here by Arthur C. Bighaa, who was born in 1932, passed in 2010. Of course, he's also Diné. And Arthur Bighaa was born not far from 2 Great Hills trading posts in Newcomb, Arizona, and this is where he spent the majority of his life. Bighaa did not attend Santa Fe Indian School, but did win a fellowship in the 1950s to work at Norman Rockwell Studio, Westport, Connecticut. Although he's passed, his life clearly lives on in his artwork. I mean, like the life of the Diné and the sheep, and it's just in pixels encapsulated. It's just encapsulated so well forever. Maybe we can find out more about him. That is a huge loam, and I think my friend was telling me that I guess the straighter it is on the sides increases the value. But so beautiful. It's the Dibe. Just for reference, this is a rug, and I'm about 5'8". Like, whoa. This one's 8 by almost 14 feet, and gorgeous. Second place at the Gallup Intertribal Indian Ceremonial 2009. 7 inches, 13 feet, 6 inches. That's quite a... You can see how it's done here. They would use the stick to push it down, weave it through, bring it back through, and then with the different colors, they would alternate it. But this is a standard old school one, and then you can see this one's been created out of more modern things like racks and metal, and they've got some rope and wood in there. But it works just the same. And then my friend had one out of PVC. Let's see what we got up here. Navajo weaving. Not sure what this is. Just charge register used at Red Rock Trading Company. It's very cool. Postcards. A wood carder. Wool carder. It says Navajo weavers usually use herbs and roots gathered from the prairie and plains and mountains and get the natural colors to make a rug. Usually all rainbow colors can be made. There's some art of somebody weaving. And there's the trading post. I mean, it's kind of just red. You could say it's just red and brown, but it's so much more. Like there's hints of blue and gray and white, and I mean, it's so gorgeous. And you can see how straight it is from what my coworker was telling me. And again, not quite as straight, but gorgeous. Like just the I guess the technopass way of doing it. Look at this. This is so gorgeous. Just like stunning. Look at this. The intricacies. Look how thorough that is. Almost like a different version of Celtic knots. And some are more in depth and symmetrical. These ones even show characters. Look at this design. Get the white weaving in. And then this giant one, so big. I wonder what the creator had in mind. And then it's so bright, and like you almost get dizzy looking because of how beautiful. Look at this. The blues, the grays, the reds, the browns. Well, thank you for coming out with us and revisiting history. As always a pleasure going to these places and seeing these things. It means more to me than you know. And you being there with all of us through all of it means more than you know. Thank you.